Hello, today I'm here to talk with you about the Trecena of Toj. And the Trecena of Toj could be seen as 13 days of service or 13 days of payment. The Nawal Toj gives us the opportunity to give back for what we've received, and here I am on this day 13 Anil, a day which could have represented great abundance and that kind of thing, a great harvest coming in, something that we receive from the ancestors. And as we go out of that day, as we finish off the Trecena of Achmach, the Trecena of forgiveness, we then move into the Trecena of Toch, where we're giving back for what we've received, where we're making our offering, where we're making our payment, where we're doing our service in some way or other, to give thanks, to balance the books, as it were, to make sure that we are in harmony, to make sure that we have remembered to give back for what we've been so fortunate to receive. So it's a great day, a great Trecena, to be working in service, to find different ways to serve according to the principles of the Nawal of each day. And we're going to begin the Trecena on the day 1 Toch, 1 representing novelty and Toch representing service. This could be a great day to start a new form of payment. In the links below this video, you'll see various organizations which help to support the people around the lake or the people in Guatemala, some of the elders and that kind of thing. And perhaps 1 Toch might be a great day to pay back by giving to them, by making a donation, for example. This is one way that we can balance up for what we've received, to give something back where it's needed. Another way that we could do it would be to be of service, and perhaps 1 Toch might bring along a new form of service. Maybe it involves you in working within a group, working within your community in a new way that you hadn't considered before. So it's a great day to keep your eyes and ears open, as it were, for a way in which you can be of service, a novel way, something you hadn't previously considered. From 1 Toch, we then move into 2 Tzi. So Tzi, in a while of faith, of loyalty, of law, of guidance, and of unconditional love. And here we see it with the number 2, which can represent duality. Now this might bring some very stark contrasts between one form and another. It might bring up the idea of, is this really something I'm doing unconditionally, or is there an agenda behind it? It may also bring up kind of forms of loyalty and faith. Sometimes we get our faith tested, and we also see Z as representing the vices, and so we might consider, what payment we want to make for our past vices. It might come up in, kind of like, as I say, very stark contrast, in very polar opposites of, is this the way that I want to go forward, or am I going to revert to what I was doing before? So, 2T, with regards to faith, with regards to loyalty, might show some very stark decisions to be made as to what you choose to be loyal to and how that might serve, how you might be able to give back, how you might be able to serve by putting your faith in something, by showing your loyalty to something. From 2T, we then go into 3 bats. Now, it's kind of an interesting combination, 3 bats, because bats is usually an outgoing kind of nawal. It's a nawal of performance, it's a nawal of the arts. And here we see it with the number 3, which is very much about the inner world. It can be very much associated with the home and the creativity that comes when we go within. And so when we see it with bats, what we might see is where we can create within our home. This is not about putting things on display. This is not about the outer show of things. It's about the creation that comes from within. And perhaps we could use that creation that comes from within in order to serve in our community. Maybe we can give what it is that we create within us or within our homes maybe that's something that we can give out to our community. Now, I often feel that if we're talking about creativity within the home, then it might be about making food, it might be about decorating our own home or something like that. But we can certainly see, maybe this is a day to make food for your friends and family. That's a way of serving, that's a way of giving something back. From 3 bats, we then go into 4 Now, this is a great day for a journey. The Nawal of the path, the Nawal of the road, the Nawal of experiences, and the experience that we gain through our movement, through our travel. And here, combined with the number 4, representing the physical plane of existence. So this is very much about our physical journey. This is about what we do in our own path. And of course, in this time of giving back, it can be a great day to be giving back for the journeys that we've made. Many of us have travelled around or moved about, and we make journeys every day. How often do we give thanks for really reaching our destination, or for all the possibilities that we've had for the physical travels that we've made? And so perhaps some form of service on the road, perhaps some form of service as a payment for all of those experiences that we've had, would be appropriate on the day for From 4 we then move to 5 the Nawal of home, the Nawal of our community, and of keeping harmony within our community. Is the one who stands up with the staff, stands up for what is right, for what is correct. And here, with the number 5 representing work, this is something that we may find that we're going to have to put our energy into it. And so it's a great day to putting energy into our community, to actually really going out and getting our hands dirty, as it were, in order to make sure that harmony in our community and harmony in our home is preserved. So, again, it might be a day when we feel, we're really having to work hard on it. But that's exactly what we're supposed to be doing. That's where we're supposed to be putting our energy in. Because, with 5s, I would say, it doesn't just drop in your lap. It's about us really kind of like going out there and saying, right, okay, how can I use my energy to bring harmony into the community? That is a wonderful form of service. From 5 we then move into 6 Ish. So I've tried to come into this place, which is a little bit noisier than I might expect, but it is a connection with the earth. And of course, Ish is also that connection with the earth. It's our connection with the sacred spaces, with the altars and with the shrines. And Ish, as the spirit of the earth, as the spirit of the heart of the earth, or the spirit of Mother Earth, as we might see it, she's always listening out for what we need in life. We go and make our prayers, we go and make our offerings at the sacred sites to ask for what we need to support our family. Now, 6 can also represent family, so this, of course, is a great day to make those offerings. But, of course, it's a really, really good day in this Trecena of Toj to make offerings in the sacred spaces, to make offerings in nature, to give thanks for the support and the stability of our families. Okay, now how might we do that? Well, it might be something as simple as going to clean up the local neighborhood. This is a way that we can show our love, our respect and our gratitude to Mother Earth, and this is our form of service that we could engage with on the day 6 Ish. From 6 Ish we then move into 7 Tikin, the finalizing of the vision. Tikin, the bird that brings us prosperity, that brings us the vision of the future, that shows us what we could achieve if we follow a certain path. Tikin flies high and sees through to the destination. Now, when we pair it with the number 7, we could see it sitting on top of the pyramid. We could see it sitting on top of the tree, as it were. And from that vantage point, Tikin can see all. Now, the number 7 can represent choices and decisions because when we're up on that highest of vantage points, we can see all of the best decisions which are available to us. And through this, it really helps us to understand, well, these are possible outcomes. These are possible um, destinations that we can move to if we choose to focus on them. It also asks for us to make a choice. We might see many opportunities open to us. We have to make a choice of one vision to follow. Okay? And so, yes, the 7 can be about bringing a vision to its conclusion, and maybe this is wrapping up a vision that you've had to help your community or to help your family to thrive as they go forwards. And here it's asking you, right, okay, you've come to this end, now it's time to choose the next one. Now, of course, the way that I would see Tzigin is that when we are looking 15, 20, 25, 40, 50, however many years it is into the future, we're not looking at short-term prosperity. We're looking at how we can create a world where our children and our grandchildren can thrive. It's much more of a long-term vision, so it's a great day to be looking for that. Another way that we could see 7 Tzigin is through mediation, because when we're sitting on top of that pyramid, we can see all the different points of view. And through seeing all the points of view, then we can come to an understanding which can help to bring peace in our community. From 7 Tzigin, we move into 8 Achmach. So Achmach, the Nawal of forgiveness. Well, as I said today, on this day 13 Anil, we are finishing up this Trecena of Achmach, the 13 days of forgiveness. And here, on the 8th day of the Toj Trecena, we find the ceremony. We find the day of the ceremony of forgiveness. Now, I see this as well, within the Toj Trecena, within this time of payment, of offering, it's where we can go and physically make something which is like a ceremony to clear anything that needs to be moved away, anything that we need to be forgiven for, anything that we need to ask forgiveness for, anything that we need to forgive. Achmach days are great for doing that. And of course, the 8 Achmach, the ceremonial day, is a great day to really be putting our energy into it, to make something which is really focused. Now, whether you choose to do that through lighting a candle and letting go of a grudge or blame or shame or guilt or something like that, that's one way of doing it. There are certainly many ways of, showing our forgiveness. But here, as I say, this is all about clearing out our debts. This is all about balancing the books. So for me, it's very much about taking action to really demonstrate that forgiveness in our lives. From 8 Achmach, we then move into 9 Noch. So Noch, the Nawal of thought, the Nawal of the mind. Noch, the Nawal of ideas and information. And it's through Noch that we come up with solutions to problems. Now, sometimes Noch could be seen as being a rather logical Nawal. It's really taking the information and looking how to put it together. And sometimes that can give us a very logical answer, but that logical answer might be, well, sometimes a bit square, as it were. Well, here today it's paired with the number 9, which can be seen as the number of life and the number of the feminine. So 9 Noch could be seen as coming up with solutions for life's problems. It can also be seen as, I like to think of it as feminine logic. It's got the logic, but it's brought in with compassion. It's brought in with this roundness that comes from the femininity, that comes from life. So rather than being this rather square solution that Noch might come up with, it's really brought to life by the 9. And so we could really see this again if we are looking at it as 13 days of service. So how can we use our information, the knowledge that we carry, to really find the solutions for the problems in our lives and the lives of those around us. From 9 Noch, we then move into 10 Tihash. So, Tihash, the Nawal of healing, Tihash, the Nawal of cutting away. Tihash is the one who is going to use their razor discernment to cut through to the truth. And here we see it with the number 10, representing agreements and community. And so, yes, Tihash can be a day which can be quite harsh in some ways. Tihash could be seen as a surgeon, and certainly the surgery is not without some pain, but it's usually necessary. And here, when we see it with the number 10, it helps us to understand what in our community we might need to cut away in order to bring healing. Because the ultimate goal of Tihash is that of healing, that of purification. And sometimes our community has become unbalanced simply because there are elements of it that need to be removed. 10 Tihash gives us the perfect day to look into those elements within the community in particular, to cooperate with each other and ensure that whatever has gone out of balance, whatever has gone out of harmony, is carefully cut in order to make sure that the healing can occur. So, once more, if we're looking at these as days of service, it might be, how can I act within my community to help to remove anything which is causing harm or imbalance within it. From 10 Tihash, we then move into 11 Kwok. Well, this is a very powerful day. We have Kwok, the Nawal of the rain, the Nawal of the storm, coupled with the number 11, which is a strong, powerful, and slightly unpredictable number. Now, it can bring great creativity, because the 11 takes us off the beaten track. It takes us into the backwoods, as it were. It takes us off the logical route. It works very much more intuitively with what it's doing. And here, when we see it with Kwok, we're talking about, kind of like the strength of the rain, the strength of the storm that comes through. We're talking about unpredictable. So, kind of like it may be unpredictable, kind of like when the rain comes in or how the storm comes in or whatever it might be. And so it's important probably to keep our feet on the ground on that 11 Kwok day, but also to intuit, to listen to our intuition. Which way is it taking us? Because Kwok ultimately is about bringing new life into the world. Kwok is also a very healing day. And what we might look at is that, kind of like the healing essences that we've been working with before, maybe they don't work anymore for what we're trying to address. And so we use our intuition to bring healing in from different directions. Once again, why? To serve our community, to serve those around us, to look after what we've created around us. From 11 Kwok, we go into 12 Achpu. So Achpu, the Nawal of the sun, the Nawal of the spiritual path, the Nawal of the ancestors. And here, coupled with the number 12, representing the bringing together of all of life's experiences. And so I often think about how Achpu could relate to what we might see as our spiritual path, our connection with the ancestors, and how we might find our way back to them. And here it's suggesting that we use our life experience in order to do that. And perhaps that's also something that you want to share, because we're all, as the saying goes, we're all walking each other home, right? We're all finding and helping each other to find higher meaning or higher purpose in our lives. And this, if we're looking at from the view of service, perhaps our service on the day 12 Achpu might be sharing our life experience of how we found our path, of how we walked forwards on this quest for higher purpose or higher meaning in life. And then finally, we come to 13 Imosh, the ultimate day of the Toj Trecena. Imosh representing the oceans, representing the seas. Imosh representing the collective consciousness. And here we have it connected with the number 13, which can represent the spirit and represent the ancestors. Now, I often think about Emosh as, kind of like our psychic connection to everything there is around us. It's like we, like all the little hairs on our bodies being like little psychic antennae. And here they're all turned up to 13. So it might be easy to get overwhelmed with what we feel around us on the day 13 Imosh. It's a great day to disconnect, particularly from the media, from social media. Perhaps, there might be a great deal of unrest in the world, unrest around you, within your society, within the country that you come from, perhaps. And, when we keep reinforcing it, by being bombarded by the media, we can already feel it on the day 13 Imosh. We don't need to be reading about it as well. Imosh connects us with our dreams, and it's a great day to remember our dreams. And here, when we have it with the 13, it's kind of like the dreams that come from the ancestors, the dreams that come from spirit. So 13 Imosh would be a great day to go and take a retreat by the beach, to go and take a retreat by water, to go and reconnect with the ocean, to reconnect with yourself, to remember your individuality, to remember your dreams, and to open up your senses, to open up your channel, to understand what is really going on. Maybe it's a possibility that the dreams that you need to find in your life come in through spirit, come in through the ancestral channels on that day 13 Imosh, providing those channels are not overloaded by all of the, kind of like the stuff going on around you. So perhaps the best service that we can offer on the day 13 Imosh is to go and remember our dreams, connect with spirit and ask spirit, what dreams are we dreaming? What dreams should we be dreaming? How can I be of service to others? So, I hope that's been of interest to you. I hope that your 13 days of service go well, and I look forward to seeing you in 13 days' time for the Trecena of Toj. Thank you.